Hi, today is 15th of June after market hours, and this video I'm going to study 5-6 stocks I'm going to showcase जो मेरे शॉर्ट टर्म रेडार में हैं. ये स्टॉक्स में कुछ कुछ अच्छी इंटरेस्टिंग पैटर्न्स हुई हैं और वो पैटर्न्स दे गॉट वैलिडेटेड टुडे. सो आई थिंक गोइंग फॉरवर्ड मैं इसमें पोजीशन बनाऊंगा इन एवरी डे पॉसिबल. और अगर निफ्टी में कोई भी अगर वीकनेस आई विच कैन कम एदर टुमारो और डे आफ्टर टुमारो जब एक्सपायरी है 17th की. सो मेरी गोइंग फॉरवर्ड मेरा वही रहेगा कि इन 5-6 कंपनीज में मैं अपना पोजिशनल ट्रेड्स या मोमेंटम ट्रेड्स बनाना चाहता हूँ. So let's start. Hope this video will be helpful for you. So the first company is Gujarat Gas. So Gujarat Gas gave a wonderful closing. आज ये all time high में close हुई है and there is a huge amount of volume participation. This was a gap up जो result मुझे याद है इस दिन क्लोजिंग के बाद रिजल्ट निकली थी एंड नेक्स्ट डे ये एक बहुत गैप अप से ओपन हुई थी एंड नाउ यू कैन सी दैट वाज फ्रॉम 420 लेवल्स. आज इट्स ट्रेडिंग एट 650 लेवल्स. सो देयर हैज़ बीन अ ह्यूज गुड जंप. आज भी गुजरात गैस मॉर्निंग में मैंने मार्केट वॉच में बोला था कि इट्स वन ऑफ द कंपनीज बट आई वाज नॉट वेरी मच श्योर कि ये क्लोजिंग कैसे देगी. But the closing was really good क्योंकि जब मेरी ये radar में आया so already it was 3 candles were like this and I was waiting for a dip round about 630-640 region में. But the dip didn't come and one of the things is Nifty was very strong throughout the day. लेकिन going forward as you can see this is a very interesting सो दिस इज़ अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पैटर्न. यहाँ पे हम लोग अब आवली चार्ट पे अगर देखते हैं सो व्हाट वी कैन सी इज लेट्स टेक दिस and so this breakout when it happened so you can see there was exactly a volume. मैं इस levels के लिए wait कर रहा था 630 लेकिन वही होता है कि the stock keeps on running because the sentiments are good. But going forward I would like to keep a watch below 640 levels, so maybe 644. I want to see of how the stocks behaves, especially if any weakness in Nifty comes and if it dips towards 620 I will definitely enter. So Gujarat Gas is one of the companies which I think going forward is going to give some very meaningful return. The sentiment is good for the company as well as this also the sentiment of Nifty is good. और अगर ये नहीं हुआ और अगर ये कल आज जैसे हाई बनाया 653 में but it closed around about 649. So I think this going forward will be a very good structure. So you can see we have reduced to a 5-minute time frame. So ये एक अच्छी डिप आई थी but the risk reward ratio for the last trade was from 644 to 650. तो इसलिए 1% में इसमें इन्वेस्ट नहीं किया. rather I am looking for some bigger moves just like this it had in the morning. एंड ये मॉर्निंग में हम लोग मार्केट वॉच में भी डिस्कस किए थे. सो नो मैटर वॉट आई थिंक गोइंग फॉरवर्ड डिप टूवर्ड्स 640. दैट्स व्हाई आई गिव marker for 644. I know this level is very important. So देखते हैं ये कैसे करता है but no matter what this stock will definitely be in my radar and I'm pretty sure that this is going to give us a very good return. The second stock I want to talk about is Dabur India and this is a daily chart. If you go for let's go for a daily or monthly chart. Obviously it's very near his all-time high. His all-time high was in this 580 region and right now it closed at 574. So why I am taking it right now is you can see this has been trading in a channel since the start of 2001 January से ये नीचे और ये ऊपर और ये नीचे फिर यहाँ पे सपोर्ट आता है और फिर ऊपर जा रही है. As usual in any of this range bound stocks I always draw a middle line and I wait for a closing above middle line. Actually मुझे याद है I also took a Dabur trade after this closing and yesterday though it closed above my point of entry but I was having a मुझे एक वो थी कि आज शायद निफ्टी थोड़ा सा डिप करे और मुझे ये 565 लेवल्स में मिले but that didn't happen and so it gave a very strong closing. So going forward I won't be surprised अगर ये 600 region को touch करे and one of the breakouts which will be very severe is above 580 82 levels. So definitely keep Dabur in the watch, and I think going forward this company may give you a very good return. और Dabur में और एक चीज़ जो देखनी है कि in this run which it had from 535 से अभी जब 575 गई है 40 points which corresponds to near about 7.5 to 8% ये जो run हुआ है, there were only two dojis, and you can see these dojis were created right in this region, and hence I waited explicitly for the closing of this candle, and yesterday Nifty dipped, and hence you can see there was a support of a 560 region for now. So I think going forward we also have a very good stop loss of 559, and maybe I will add more theoretically for companies like this. I would do multiple sips if I see any weakness, but I think going forward we can very much expect a region of it going towards this 600 levels. Another thing you can see that whenever a previous, okay, let me draw a line that would be meaningful to understand what happens is, okay, ye jo. So whenever a movement like this happens, when we are looking into this horizontal resistance, so the multiple supports are being taken over here, right? But here this was broken in one go and now it's going. So I expect a similar behavior in this 580 region, and maybe इस एक्सपायरी में ये भी हो सकता है कि द बिग मनी डोंट अलाउ दिस स्टॉक टू मूव एनी फर्दर फ्रॉम 580 एंड 582 रीजन. सो मे बी ये 582 से जाके 584 इसमें जाके और फिर इस तरह से एक हमें मूवमेंट देगा. But no matter what, if you are in cash like I am, so I would definitely be eyeing this, for 600 levels. So Dabur is my second chart analysis for today. The third company I want to talk about is Berger Paints, and this was also one of the stocks I tweeted about in the morning, starting from 10:30. So we have this market watch. You will find it in the upper right corner. During market hours, I try to analyze the market once between 10:30 and another time between 12:30 and 1. And then if I'm getting nothing interesting, then maybe a last market watch I do on around about 240ish or 230, right? So Berger Paint was already there, and I have already talked about that in the earlier video you will find. So the interesting pattern which I see in Berger Paint going forward is, let's have this one. So this 815 level was a very a sort of a hard zone. There was a huge red candle formed from its all-time high from 840, and then there was a dip towards 788, and then it consolidated. It tried to give a breakout, but it immediately reversed. So basically this shows that this 780 800 level is a very good 796 till 790. So this 5 point is a very good buying interest is there in the stock. It has tried to gain multiple times. It has tried to get some support, and here now it's flying. This is on an hourly chart. So what happened is आज ये जाके इसको break किया, and it was able to sustain, and I think maybe it will try to test this 816 level and try to see if it is able to sustain. If not, then it will try to go for 810 level, and then eventually it should give a breakout. But no matter what, I think this is one of the very, so you can see on a 15-minute, or even if you go for an hourly, okay, let's go for a 5-minute chart. So right now it's in a zone. It has taken a support at 816, and right now it's trading. It went to 828, and now it's in this range. If you go for a daily or a higher chart, so you can see it's near its all-time high, and this is one of the good companies, and you can see the run it has given since a long time, right? So I think one of the given this particular situation, I think going forward I would definitely want to see how this behaves in the below 820 region, say for example, and I will see if it takes a support around about 815 16 and 810. So this would be one of the zones where I will do a sip, and the second sip I would be doing and checking around about in the 800 region. But what would be the target? I think the target, it has a strong sell-off happened around about 840. Right now it's at 823. So maybe if you are able to enter at 815, 820 levels, so if we are going to get some 3% move. But no matter what, this can easily get violated very soon, and we can have a very strong move in a matter of few sessions. One of the things which I am also seeing is, together with Berger Paint, my third company is Asian Paints. So if you look for hourly chart, this was also one of the stocks I tweeted. So this is on hourly. So today it opened with a gap up, and then it continued. It faced some resistance around about 3050, and I think given the nature of the candles, it will try to retest this 2989 or at least 3000 levels. So I will put alert, I want to study how it moves below 3000 level, and if it's possible to get a support over here at 2990 levels. So that would be really a interesting support region for Asian Paints. No matter what, you can see this stock is already at all-time high. This is one of the things I wanted to show you. Since okay, let me show two things, why this chart is so important and why this is in my radar. So you see, this was an all-time high earlier, which was made in the month of Jan, and then there was a sell-off, and now it did a very nice consolidation over a period of months, and this formed a very nice bottom, and then it gave a breakout. We were able to first track this breakout because it was consolidating, so we were able to take this trade, and then eventually in one of these candles I closed it, right? And then it entered into a this is a daily chart, so at least you can see there are 10-15 candles, which corresponds to nearly more than a half a month or a month. It consolidated in a very tight range, and today is the first day that it broke out this range, and this was the reason that you see that it has broken out very recently today itself. Whenever a breakout like this happens, you should always wait to see and gauge the intensity of the breakout, because I don't want to enter into a false breakout, especially if the sentiments of Nifty are not yet clear, and in the sense that if every company is running, so and if everyone is expecting a dip in Nifty, then unfortunately the dip never comes, right? So no matter what, this gave some very good moves. I didn't expect it to be closing around about 3040. It faced a resistance around about this region. So going forward, I think 3020, or even if you want, you can put a you can look into this 3030 levels, and definitely if it starts with a gap up, I think and if the sentiments are right, I think this is going to go for a huge run from here, because there has been a nice consolidation, and in the long term, if you ask me, I can expect it for target about 3300, but obviously this is going to take some months. But no matter what, this is one of the good companies. So as so you see, from a sectorial perspective, we are seeing that both Berger Paint and Asian Paints, they are working in tandem. So it actually showcases that there is some news which the market is expecting or is already knowing, which I right now don't have. And let's see, because I always trade, and one of the things of the first trade which I took and which was interesting, which is meaningless right now, is, you see, this is the one analysis which we always do. So here you see there is no significant volume, but as soon as this comes in, again a phase of consolidation comes with no volume, and it was only after this big candle was formed with huge volume that the stock started moving upward. So if you have scanners like I have, then you can actually track these movements, and you can make your positions beforehand. So no matter what, this is one of the stocks other than Dabur, Berger Paint, I wanted to discuss with you. The next stock is Amaraja battery. I have already tweeted earlier yesterday about Amaraja battery and how I expected it to be working. I won't go into much details, but basically you can see that yesterday it got a very good support and it closed around about at 770, and today it went towards 788 in closing. This was one of the stock I have explicitly detailed. I have done मैं बहुत ही डिटेल एनालिसिस किया हूँ इस स्टॉक पे. वो आपको वन ऑफ इन माय चैनल आपको एक वीडियो मिल जाएगी जो मैंने कल पोस्ट, दैट इज़ ऑन 14th June मैंने पोस्ट किया था. सो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू गो इन डिटेल्स. Immediately I can see that it can easily go from here till 800 820 levels, and maybe it will try to then consolidate over this 800 region. But no matter what, we were able to capture from yesterday क्योंकि ये validate हुआ था and during closing we were able to enter, so we are already sitting in profit. So Amaraja Battery, Asian Paints, Berger Paints, Gujarat Gas we have already discussed. Dabur we have already discussed. The last stock which I want to discuss is ICICI Bank. I have also tweeted about this today, and there was a good trade I took, though it was not that much of a profit, but these are Nifty 50 stocks, so there's not much we can do. One of the very interesting patterns which why I took this trade and why it came in my radar is, if you see from 670 all-time high which ICICI Bank made, multiple times it had tried to test this zone and it had failed. And similarly, if you draw it over here, so it was actually following a channel, and then today we are looking at an hourly chart. Today itself it broke, and then it tried to consolidate between 640 and 642 region, and this is exactly the region where I tweeted that we should be entering, because if you look into a 5-minute chart, this was exactly what happened, that it dipped and it got a very good buy around about 640. So I entered round about 641, and from there it went to 646 point something. But I knew that on a daily in today's run there would be a resistance around about 640 region, 647 regions. Unfortunately it didn't go to a 647, and I had to close my position around about at 646 645 point something. But no matter what, I didn't want to carry the trade because it seems like theoretically it seems like a very good candidate, and there has been a lot of these lower wicks which actually showcases that there is a buying interest around about in 636 to 640 region. Going forward, the way I see it is, if you look into a daily chart, so even when it was consolidated and falling down, there was no particular volume, so there was no much of an interest. But if you look into a bigger trend which is coming out of this, is this one. So a very safe trade would be above 660 region, which I think can easily be broken, and maybe it will go towards 660 in the very wrong in some short time, maybe by this expiry. But for tomorrow I think 652 will act like a big hurdle, and the reason for it should be very much evident if I look for hourly chart. Where is it? Yeah, so where is 650? Yeah, so you see there has been multiple times whenever it has tried to cross this particular zone of 653, it has faced a lot of resistance, and this is also true over here and also in this 650 regions. So this is more of a and it was support, it tried to get a support over here. So no matter what, 655 to 652 would be a no trading zone for me. Rather I would be waiting for an explicit move over 660, as I mentioned over here. If this gets broken, then theoretically we should be getting a very good move and very fast move. So this is one of the stocks which I have in radar, and hope this was one of the last stocks which I wanted to discuss. One thing going forward, I can see it dipping towards 638 and 640 and then moving up. It just depends on the sentiment of the market, but no matter what, this 652 would be a very interesting level for me, and I expect that it will get some hurdle as we saw it over here, and then it will try to consolidate between 650 and 652. From expiry point of view, I think we are still a week away, and maybe if we are maybe on Friday, I would have a much clearer picture of where I see the expiry of ICICI Bank to be. But yeah, going forward tomorrow, I will, if I was carrying a position, I would have first booked at 652, and then I would be looking for new entries in the dip, and let's see what happens. So from FNO space, I think these stocks are few of the stocks which I want to keep in my radar. One of the very interesting thing which happened is, as I also mentioned yesterday in my one of my videos, that yesterday when with the Nifty being a laggard, and it started with a huge fall in the morning. So you see this candle was formed, and then there was no such follow-up buying, and then eventually it closed at a day's high and was able to keep it. And this was also the same pattern which we saw in Amaraja Battery, Pidilite, Naukri, and I have tweeted all about them. And today Pidilite, Naukri, Amaraja Battery, they all went, as Naukri especially gave a huge profit to me, near about 4 to 5%. And so I hope that you are also able to catch these moves early on. The biggest disadvantage which I see right now is Nifty being at the very high, and everyone expecting to buy in dips, but unfortunately the dip is not coming and Nifty is able to hold it. And I think this is exactly the reason why stocks like ICICI Bank is not able to move much more than 1 or 2%. But I think a move something similar to a strong move with 4-5 candles is pending, and it can come very soon. So thanks a lot for listening. Hope this video was helpful. अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो कमेंट कीजिए, और या okay, these are all speculations, so please consult your financial advisor before investing or trading. अब अपने financial advisor से बात करके ही ये सब करें, and hope this study was helpful for you. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.